Well, hello, Kathy. Always waiting here. Hi, how you doing? Hey, finally on a break at the same time you're on. So excited for Sam. Yes, that is what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about Sam, and we're going to talk about some things revealed about Blood of My Blood. So, because we are getting ready. Oh my gosh, the finale is well, I was gonna say it's tonight because it is. If you're in the right place and you're gonna watch it at midnight or 9 or whatever when it's available to you, but tomorrow is officially the day it's here. But I do have a few things, and I do want to give you a warning that there may not be a video tomorrow. I'm gonna try. But I'm going to be on the road by now tomorrow, so it's very possible there won't be enough time for me to record, edit, and put it out. However, I will try to have some stuff up. I just can't guarantee it'll be Outlander. At any rate, let's get started because we are celebrating with some really cool stuff. We are celebrating Sam's premiere tonight as as King Macbeth. That's craziness to me. We already know he's king. I don't know why we need an entire show, but we want to wish him fantastic luck and good seating for everybody. I would like to know, is anybody who's watching going to be there for any of the shows? I know I've heard a lot of people say they'd really like to be. I'm just curious if anybody's actually going to go, because I would love to go. I love Shakespeare, but I can't get there during a school year. The Vicarious Voyager, like all of us though, would really like to wish Sam some luck. They say tonight's Sam's first performance as Macbeth at the RSC, wishing him and the cast a massive good luck. Lots of hashtags there for him. So yeah, in case you're not aware, Sam Heughan, he's this guy in this show called Outlander, and when some of us like really like it and really support him because of it, he's gonna go and be on stage instead of a screen. But luckily for him, luckily, this is nothing new for him. I've got some great throwbacks of previous performances of our Sam. Point Blank 1959 most likely shared most of these. Sam Heughan's first role in Macbeth, he played Malcolm with Christopher Brand as Macduff at the Royal Lyceum Theatre, Edinburgh in 1998. It always it's so long ago, it starts with a 19. Sam was in his sabbatical year after graduating from the high school, still unsure of what he wanted to do with his life. He also traveled a lot that year in Europe, a Baltic country too, and in the US. Then he came back home, and the Lyceum helped him choose his calling. Very cool. And now we know again why Sam is constantly supporting theaters to help others figure out what they're doing as well. Plus, he helps out at the school he went to by making sure that they have the arts program has what it needs. Freaking fantastic. Talk about paying it forward. Looks great here. Again, oh my gosh. So he's like 11 when he does this one. Point Blank 1959 also shares Sam Heughan as Philip Dorr with Richard Dempsey as Eugene LaSalle in Island at War 2004, a very nice World War II series. This one obviously not on. This is on screen, not in theater. But we're looking back. We're looking back. I'm not going to get picky about it. TV series, and then fresh graduate from the RCS where he filmed it. Sadly, the series was discontinued because the inhabitants of the Channel Island featured in the story complained it distorted historical truth. You know what? That's not a new complaint from anybody. A lot of times these dramatizations, people get up in a tizzy because it's not it's not clearly specifically historically accurate. I have more issues with that with Disney than I do with dramatizations. But I can see why you'd be picky if it's about your island and they're like, that's not what happened. So I can see you can get a little picky when it's, your home. But really cool. And Patrick Dempsey, for pity's sakes. Oh my gosh. And then we have another theater one. Point Blank 1959 also shares this. Sam Heughan as Dickie Greenleaf in The Talented Mr. Ripley at Royal and Derngate, Northampton, 2010 with Kyle Solar as Tom Ripley. And let's see, the third picture is going to be at the premiere after party with Kyle and Solar. Okay, with Kyle Solar, sorry about that. So we've got him looking he's giving a passionate discussion, speech, monologue, something going on. And then I just like this picture. So I shared this one too. Sorry. Did you see the one Kathy sent me with Charles? I was like, I don't know if I should share that one. It just looks a little naughty. We'll see if I share that later. But one more here at the after party, having a good time. Awesome. Yay. Yay. That's all I really have to say. I'm so excited and thrilled that he has this opportunity. And I know he built this opportunity for himself, which sort of makes it even cooler. But to go back to where you had your start and kind of be in charge of what's going on stage, to be in the lead and to really have some creative industry at your fingertips to decide how you want the feel and the look of this rendition of Macbeth to be and feel. I love it. I love this story that they based it on a bar that they'd been to, and that's kind of the setting of it all. I'm exceedingly jealous of everybody who's going to see it, but someday we might. You never know. I know they said no, but you never can tell. I feel like the future is not written, so we'll see what happens. Now, on to some Blood of My Blood fun. Again, because we are looking forward to the finale tonight, however you happen to be able to see it. Outlander Forever shares this. Here is the rest of Jamie's Q&A. Credit to Jamie Roy. So we got some fun. What do you think? And he's given some honest answers. I always get a kick out of these, so I thought I would share this one as well.
I think any scenes with horses can be quite difficult because sometimes they're fantastic, but sometimes they have a mind of their own. So you'll just be sitting there and then you'll just start to headbutt or something. That's normally pretty difficult to deal with.
Of course it does. What a question.
Are you aware of how cold it is in Scotland? And how many hours we have to film outside for?
You're not supposed to ask that, are you?
I've thought about this one long and hard since I've given it all this pizza chat. I do love pizza. I think Brian's would be haggis and egg. Now, I know that sounds really rogue and weird, but don't knock it till you try it because it's actually really good. Plus, that's two ingredients that he would have had back in the day. So yeah, haggis and egg. This is another really good one. I think I've got two, maybe three. Well, one hasn't come out yet, so I can't talk about that. But the stable scene between Brian and Ellen in episode 1 was so much fun to do with Harriet. I think we both really enjoyed that. And then similarly in episode 6, which is one of my favourites, the last scene between Brian and Julia with baby William, I really loved that. That was so beautiful to film. It was just at the end of a really traumatic, hard watching episode, just to have a quiet moment of stillness. It was really, really lovely. And I think Hermione and I both really enjoyed that.
All right, that's cool. About 5 minutes. Wait.
This is a good one.
I think I missed that last bit. What? All right, but so this is. Oh wait, did we hear that?
I guess the answer is in my thoughts. Thinking more than speaking, I think, is something that Brian and I have in common.
Well, there you go. Kind of the opposite of Jamie.
He can be a man of few words, but when he does speak, it usually means something. I like to think that's a good way to be. And then challenging, I think having the patience and the temperament of him, not to morning, how are you? Not to just being patient. I think he's a lot more patient than I am. I'm more reserved. I think if I was Brian, I would have punched Lord Lovett several times by now. Hot Rod with Andy Samberg. And just as I was answering this, I ended up in a kids' play park. And I thought this would be the perfect thing to do for this. Oh my god, that was good. Yes! Start!
Here in the States too.
I love this question. Where do I start? Jeremy, he keeps me young and mischievous and brings me out on my sensible side. Hermione makes me giggle on a daily basis. She's very quick with her words, and I appreciate that. And Harriet reminds me to work hard and enjoy everything. And just as the three of them, I love them all to pieces, as do I with the rest of the cast. Thanks for that question, it's lovely. Yes I do. Mezcal Margarita is
Do you like
one of my
tequila?
favourites, actually. I love those. Maybe too much. I remember it quite vividly, actually. I remember it being different from all the other ones, I think, at that point. I'd read with maybe 8 or 9 different other actresses. And when I met Harriet and we started the scene, several scenes, I knew that it had to be her. Yes, I will. So, in the middle of doing all that, answering all your brilliant questions, I actually got lost. We're on location just now. I'm getting picked up in 15 minutes. And I'm about 20 minutes away from where we're getting picked up. So, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for your questions. It's a lot of fun. Make sure to watch the finale this Friday on Stars. It's going to be a good one. Oh gosh, this will finally get time. Bye.
Okay, I dug that. That was fun. Sorry, I cut us off. I thought he was done. It looks like there were more questions. I hope I got us back. Now, for those of you who are not English speakers, I hope the translation of the answers comes out all right. And I'm sorry there's no translation of the questions, but I think the answers kind of give you an idea what the questions are. I hope that doesn't mess up anybody's watching who is not a native English speaker. Pardon me. But that's fun. That's fun. Okay, now there is a burning question we have all had, or at least a lot of things I've been thinking, like, where does Jamie get his names? Now, this was pointed out to me that we actually know all this because it's in the books. However, it's the companion books that I do not have that lay it all out. Luckily, obsessive fans fill in the blanks. All right, I'm an obsessive fan. I am not making fun of obsessive fans. I'm saying that we all have our little quirks, and if we work together, we can get all this information. Case in point, Doreen's Place 2 shares this. Blood of my blood is definitely confusing matters. Now, we've talked about this before, so before I play this, I want to say and reiterate that the show that we see on screen, though it has the same basic plot and characters, is not the same as the story that we read in the books. So there are some things that get switched around. However, in the books, the question of where do Jamie's middle names all come from is answered. It is answered, and the companion books really lays it out. And I'm assuming Mrs. Doreen does a fantastic job of explaining it. This is, of course, thanks to Kathy. I had this. It didn't come through my feed at all. So I thank you very much, Kathy, for sharing this and making sure that we get a good look at this. I'm going to very quickly refresh and go.
Consistent questions that I have been getting asked since Blood of My Blood started is if James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser is named after Malcolm Grant. I've seen a lot of people theorizing that Malcolm helps Brian and Ellen and that Jamie's middle name is for him. Thing is, we know where Jamie's names come from based on the book. I can't say at all what Blood of My Blood is doing because they are not following source material. However, in the books, Malcolm does not help Ellen. They go into a rose garden, they have a very heated conversation, and Ellen takes off, and as far as I know, they never see each other again. That being said, here's what I know about who Jamie is named after. This is why I always say the Outlander companions are your best friend, because they have all of the information that you are looking for. This is the family tree for the Mackenzies of Leoch from this book. Ellen, Dougal, Colum, Jocasta, their father, is Jacob Mackenzie. He is married to Anne Grant, who is the daughter of Malcolm Grant. Not this Malcolm, a much older Malcolm. Same clan though. That is where Jamie gets the Malcolm in his name. Moving on to the Alexander portion of the name. So Brian is not the only bastard child of Lord Lovett. There is also another son that is named Alexander. He is Jamie's uncle that we see him with at the Abbot. James is also a derivative of Jacob, which is Ellen's father. All that being said, Jamie's character is actually based on a character from Doctor Who. Diana has said in many interviews that she got the idea to write Outlander when she was watching a particular episode of Doctor Who. That character is Jamie McCrimmon, who is an 18th century Highlander. Jamie McCrimmon is played by the actor Fraser Hines, hence Jamie Fraser. Interestingly, the last time that Doctor Who character was seen was fighting a redcoat on the battlefield of Culloden, after time traveling for a while and having his mind erased. Do with that what you will. In fact, here are the names of Scottish kings. Malcolm III, James VI of Scotland, Alexander III, whose reign and subsequent death led to the Wars of Scottish Independence. Apply that to the Fraser prophecy and see how that all works out. So all that to say, no, Jamie is not named after this Malcolm Grant. Though I will admit, I have no idea the direction that Blood of My Blood is going in, because again, they're not following the source material. One of the consistent questions that I have been...
Okay, so thank you so much for the time and effort to record this and show this. I don't know where I'm completely blanking on the story of Malcolm and Ellen having a discussion in the garden and her running off. I don't know if I'm just blanking on a backstory, a flashback in the books, which is probably what's happening. But it's a good point. Thank you so much for taking the time to point out where the names, all of them come. The rest of them I thought were family names in one way or the other. It was the Malcolm that, because we have Malcolm Grant, I was like, oh, maybe he helps her, and that's why. So that was my brain. I'm so sorry if I misled anybody, because I didn't know. I was guessing, and I'm glad that she answered that. We don't have to guess anymore. Fantastically laid out. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, this is a fantastic community to be a part of, the Outlander community in general. One, we're all just super nice folks. Let's be honest. We are. I have to say that I have not met anybody through this channel or through this fandom at conventions who was like off-putting or rude or anything. It's the same kind of feel that I get generally when I go to Star Trek conventions. It's just a big family who are all decent folks, which is why I like going to them, because it's a nice community to be a part of, but it's a nice crowd to be in as well. And as much as I like conventions, I'm not really big on crowds. I can put up with it for a short amount of time, and then I need some alone time. So this is really cool. If you have any insights that have to do with the book in comparison to the television series, always feel free to share them, because we do a lot of times compare the two and try to figure out the differences and see if that will help us predict what's going to happen next, either on Outlander or Blood of My Blood. And let's face it, on Outlander, it's gotten downright tricky. Blood of My Blood, we really never had an outline. We knew some backstory from the books, but again, the books and the story on screen, not exactly the same. So yeah, that does bring me to another piece of information that I shared yesterday. I don't believe it's a spoiler at this point, but just in case, I'm going to be talking about somebody who's going to be showing up in tomorrow's episode of Blood of My Blood. So if you don't want to hear that, this is probably a good time to go. But I do thank you so much for your time and attention today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like on the way out and subscribe if you haven't. All right. Hopefully we're good and I've not messed up anybody. This is why I think Quentin or Uncle Lamb showing up is going to be kind of vital. Hopefully it'll help kind of point us in the direction of what the storyline is going to be for Claire's parents, because that part is always kind of stuck in the back of my head of, this is odd because this part is definitely not Diana's vision. This is something where the writers, the television writers, the script writers, they're doing their very own thing. And I know that Diana had a hand in a lot of the script writing and ideas of what's going to happen because of her books. But they do their own thing. They really do. And so it makes it very tricky. I'm looking forward to seeing how this happens and what he brings to the story, any mysteries he may solve. He may just go and it may be a quick 2-second thing of, I'm sorry, Claire, your parents have passed, and that might be it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And I also wanted to take a moment to, again, thank Kathy for contributing. Some of these things don't transfer very well from when I'm checking my messages on my phone to the computer. So if I don't always give you credit for each one, it's not because I don't wanna. It's because they don't transfer. It's hard to explain. I'll show you next time I see you what I mean. But that is all I have for us today, guys. I do have nothing set up for tomorrow as of yet, but I'm going to see what I can work on. Again, if I don't have anything tomorrow, watch for some lives at conventions as over the weekend. Again, I'm going to be in Chicago to the Chronicon, which is a View Askew production convention, which is a kind of it's a production company led by Kevin Smith, who makes a bunch of movies and television series that are generally considered cult classics. And I thought it'd be fun. I needed a vacation. Okay, can I just say this? I don't even know if I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to share stuff if I can. I may go live. But I honestly just needed a little break. The vacation that we had driving across Arizona and then in Las Vegas, it was nice to get away. And I love my family. But it's a whole lot of making sure everybody else is happy when we aren't at home. And that's just so much easier to do when I am at home. So I'm going to get away from people. I'm going to go chill out. I hope I won't go completely nuts, but I'm gonna go relax a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the comments before I go because we do have some folks who are going to be going. Vita says she's absolutely going to be there, as well as Debbie Castrino. So they're going to be both at the Macbeth performance at some point. That is fantastic. I'm sure that taking pictures and stuff is going to be not allowed in the theater. But if you guys happen to take any group photos of going or anything, I would love to be able to share them with your permission, of course. Either way, have a safe trip. And so I'm very jealous, but I want you to be safe and have a really good time. Thank you to everybody for popping in today, too. Thank you, Kathy and Debbie and Elizabeth and Vita and Mary Pasco. Hello, hon. And Diane popped in. What did Diane? Hi, Katie and Kathy and everyone. Hi. So happy. Oh, well, yeah, we're all happy and jealous. It's okay. It's a good jealous, though, because we're friends and we're happy for other people's accomplishments. We just really wish we were accomplished, too. That's how I'm going to put it. Oh, and Cynthia popped in. Hey, my notification didn't work. What did I miss? Everything. That's okay, though. It'll be on replay. If you did not catch Kathy and I chatting about the birds last night, you want to hear us rip apart an actress, you should go check that out. We kind of really did rip apart this poor actress. But we did talk about the story, The Birds. I also revealed my plan for the rest of the month. And that includes next week a chat about the movie The Sixth Sense. I thought a proper ghost story would be a proper ghost story would be proper in October. Then I'm going to be doing Get Out. This is the most recent scary film that I've seen and really, really loved. It was put together so well. It is horrific. I mean, it truly is. It's horrific, but so well done. Some great actor in it. So we're going to check that one out the following Wednesday, and then the last Wednesday of the month is going to be the Rocky Horror Picture Show. There was one other thing that I announced, and that is that the following week, after the cut is released, we're going to do our chat, but not on a Wednesday. We're going to do that one on a Thursday for a very specific reason. I want to ensure that my girl Kathy can be a part of at least one of these movie chats, and the cut seemed like a really good opportunity to go and have a chat with her, which leaves 2 other spaces for that one as well. If you would like to be part of the Sixth Sense discussion, though, coming up next week, please do send me an email so I can get the list up. If you have a request to be on any of the other chats, including Rocky Horror for this month, including Rocky Horror Picture Show or Get Out, go ahead and send those as well. I'll just go ahead and get our chat list up. Remember, I have openings for each one for 3 folks for each of these. So any 3 folks that would like to talk about any of these movies, just let me know. I'll try to get you into the movie that you choose, But if that one is filled, I will give you the opportunity to come on one later if you like. This is, of course, open to anyone who watches the videos, anybody who likes good movies, good storylines. I love it when I get somebody like Cynthia or Jackie, or you guys know more background stuff about some of these movies than I do. Sometimes we all know a little bit about the actresses or the actors, but one person will know more about costuming. Cynthia gave me a costuming lesson last night. Some people know more about the locations, the producers, the writers. It's all fantastic. So I love to get a group of y'all to chat about these movies because we get so many different perspectives and information. So if you can and you'd like to, make sure you write me Katie at katiescornerinspace.com, and I'll make sure you get put on the list for chats. All right, cool. I do already have my folks for Monday's chat. We will be chatting about the finale, Blood of My Blood. That'll be happening on Monday as per usual. I don't have the list in front of me, but I think I already told you who was going to be in it. So we're going to go through that. That is all. That is it. That is it. I do want to add one personal note having to do with my vehicle. And of course, I want to thank all of my members and those of you who've contributed to this channel being able to grow and go do things, including going to conventions and sharing that, having a vehicle that can take me there, because flying right now, not a good choice. So, yay, driving. I showed my mom my full Jeep fixed up today, or yesterday when I visited her to see how she was doing. And my mama said she was proud of me. I showed her my tire cover and my car all set up. She's like, wow, you really are doing this. Yeah, Ma, I really am doing this. And so for the third time in my adult life that I can remember, my mom told me she was proud of me. I will take that. I'll take it. We don't do praise as much as we ought to, but I do it way too much with my youngest. Proud of her for everything. However, that as an adult, have your mom go, wow, I'm really proud of you for this one. That is pretty cool. That's a nice feeling. Even if you're all grown up and 50 and a grandma, and you still want to have your mom be proud of you. I'll take that one. I think my dad would be proud of me too. I really do. All right. That really is it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a big old thumbs down. Don't forget to comment and let me know why, if you dislike this video, that you're still here, because I really am curious about that. If you have not, but you come here all the time, you should definitely subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications bell, which occasionally works to let you know that a new video is out. However, depending on YouTube is crazy, which is why I have a little schedule here that is generally correct. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I try my best to go live at noon Eastern Standard Time, and on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when I can, we usually get a video sometime between 12 and 3 that's been pre-recorded. It has way less flubs than me going live, so it's good stuff. If you think that you missed any fun information about Outlander this past week, you should definitely check the playlist. If you enjoy watching two ladies really take digs at a poor innocent actress who cannot defend herself, you should check out Cynthia and I talking about the birds. And for all other Outlander actor stuff, just check below. It's here for now, but some things are going to be moving as soon as I have time and motivation to split things up. That's my plan. All right, thanks everybody for joining me today. Again, check out those videos below, and of course, no matter what video you choose from this channel, some crazy purple lady